Hello everyone, welcome back to another installment of Satisfactory. This is part 7 of our Let's Play so far. As per usual, past streams can be found on YouTube at W1212, behind the scenes and when I go live notifications on Twitter at W1212TV, and in our Discord, the Divination Station. We are just going to get right into today, really. Last time we left off, we did our motor factory and got a few other little things done here and there that we needed to do. Um, Last thing on my list was decorating the motor factory off air, so this is what we landed on here for the decoration. I think it looks pretty cool. Overall, did a nice little tunnel underneath here. We wanted to do so that if we model or automate trucks or anything like that, we would be able to go through there. We have our nice little brackets for our supports for things that are coming into the factory. Really like this tunnel that goes through it. If you go up here, you have your miners and stuff like that. Getting a use out of our new concrete stairs, foundations, and a pretty simple entrance into the main base. Some little separate rooms. Keep this nice and clean and compact. Have your little elevator lifts. I like the white, the chrome, or not the bronze contrast with the concrete and everything like that. I think that all the colors kind of work together really nice. I do plan to put some lights in here eventually, but as of now, it's just be like this. I don't have any of those open. We got our nice pit for our iron wire going through. And again, practical windows and all that. All ties it together really nice. And a nice little back window here to see things moving behind the smelters, refineries. And then our assemblers. Everything that's moving up the walls. Be in there. Want to illuminate that at some point too, so there's more light in there for those. Again, a nice little conveyor drop area over here with everything flowing through it. A little maintenance area so you can see inside the walls here. Up to the iron pipes. Doing their own little thing in their pit, and then upstairs for storage containers of everything. The wire that's excess. Once we have switches, we'll be able to turn off this for motors, and we'll be able to get stators in here as well. And then for overflow, this will kick on whenever we need overflow to. But yeah, then I plan to, later on eventually, we'll do smart wiring up here with all this excess stuff. Use it so that this factory can do kind of double time stuff. I might delete some of that wall that's extra there that was left over because it looks like it is clipping a little bit, but that's fine. A lot of this is kind of like cleaning up clip issues, especially with like these brackets from the outside needing a little extra cover. So you just kind of clip another thing into it and it cleans it up pretty well. Same thing with like down here, a little bit of clipping there. I didn't have like a half wall, so I kind of just shoved it in there to make it look reasonable. But overall, I like how it came out. I think everything looked really nice and pretty neat. And I really like this door having like a double version. You can still see it on the outside and inside. Even though it does look a little jittery here and there, but I think that's just graphics. So I did update my graphics tracker too, so I haven't seen any of like the flattening effect going on, but hopefully goes well today. That being said, we have some other tasks that we gotta do today. So, quick shout out to Real King Chemist. Thank you for the follow while I was off air. Appreciate that. Last time that was on our list was to do our concrete factory, a basic plastic and rubber setup to kind of get that started, and a biofuel setup as well so that we can start producing our fuel for our jetpack instead of using solid fuel, which isn't very good. And then we'll look at finishing tier 5 here, which is petroleum power, and then starting our plans for a fuel power setup, because we are going to be cutting it a little close with our power consumption. So let's go ahead and head up this way, because I want to get some simple stuff done here. All of this is going to have to get cleaned up because I'm going to need this water pool. I could really use this actually. One, I need some power shards then. So, do I want to use power shards? Do I want to use 3 extractors? I'm probably going to choose the 3 extractors. And this is making about 390 power or something like that. So losing that's gonna kind of suck a little bit, but I think we can manage without it for the time being. Our limestone will be down here in this pit, is what I want to go after here. Big guy over here. Oops. Oh, he did not like that. Ow. I didn't like that. Alright, hoggy down. But it looks like we got 1, 2, and we got our third one over here, which these should all be normal. They are all normal limestones, and we'll build from here. Go up with that. So, go ahead, grab some this, down there. We're gonna need 3 Mark II miners for this. We don't need all of this concrete. Go ahead and actually build those Mark II miners. Workshop. These a while. So these will be making 120 a minute. Pretty much line up right with each other. Put a merger down. Oh, actually no, I think I'll keep them separate. Because what I want to do is we look at the refinery here. Making a wet concrete, which is 120 per minute, which will be from each of these basically, and then 100 water per minute, and it'll give me 80 concrete. So 80 times 3, I'm not typing, 80 times 3. 240 concrete per minute. That's pretty darn good. More concrete than I really will ever need. For at least, like, base supplies. Let's go ahead, let's go over here. Let's go ahead. Connect this up on one path. And raise this up. Probably a full foundation. This thing's gonna be mad at me probably to place this, but make it work. I'm gonna wanna get rid of one of these. I'm just gonna want that one to stay. Try that again. Oh, there it was. There it is. That's just something you can do to kind of keep the miners on a level. It'll snap it as long as you look at the thing. I don't think you can go super high with it, but this is at least tall enough that it'll snap like that. What I want to do with this is I want to go up actually into the air. I want to build this flat on the ground, so go up about kind of have it so like it's not in the crater itself. Or we could put it around this as a centerpiece. Kind of like that idea. So, could do something to make that kind of our centerpiece area. We'll make it like a cool little terrarium. Close off this one. That bush, and then we'll close this off. Close this off as well. Up there can be the corner of our factory. Alright, so I don't want to just keep this as like its own little inner garden of the factory. And then we'll do like the buildings over here. I will need to raise this up for these, so I'm gonna keep these kind of on the outside of the building. have our little logistics floor on the bottom here. Add a door down here as well, just to be able to access this area. And put a little ramp in. I like that. And then we'll clean up the bottom here. Some more concrete walls. Yeah, and now we have a nice little atrium. So for this setup, we will be over here with this. Just swoop some foundations in. 2. What I did do, well, also while I was off air, was kind of do a little bit of blueprinting for us. So we have a few little nifty blueprints that I think will help us out, especially when setting up refineries and stuff like that. Our chained refinery, just like a normal refinery, but it'll have a connected power line. So, that being said, it's super easy to hook up to the power grid. All you gotta do is snap it. I can snap multiple things to this guy at once instead of just one. It's all one thing together. Same thing with the 3 chained. It's just 3 to them together, and they're all daisy chained together. So, super useful, I think. So yeah, that'll keep everything kind of all tied together. I didn't realize that one was up further than the rest of them. I'm gonna have to change it in the blueprint. So, we'll modify that one later. But we'll use the single one for now, for our purposes here today. So let's get this one. I'm gonna lock it in place here. See how much space I really need. Drop it back 1, maybe. It is gonna use both water and her belts coming in. So water will run behind it, in front of it. The concrete will come down from below the bottom. That one. Let's find our happy little center. That one. And snap that one. I don't see us needing more concrete than 240 per minute for the foreseeable time being, but you never know. So, this factory will be able to be expanded in. And I have a lot of extra space here too that I can use. That'll... I'm gonna go ahead and grab some wall conveyor holes. 2s because they're all using 120 concrete per minute. And then they'll each connect to their own one of these. Pop that hole out, pop this one out. That, and then these will be Mark II belts as well. This one's gonna be a little tricky. So what I'll need to do is that and feed it down. Hole right here. That's not gonna be 100% lined up. Hopefully that's enough space that they can snap it together straight. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll come in, go down, and out. Go ahead, put that in. Put these guys down in here. Okay, that didn't do anything that I wanted it to. Interesting. Why is it doing that? Weird. Okay. Yeah, that was doing that thing. Pull this one out. We're gonna run this belt just right along that guy. Pull you right there. And this last belt, send it straight on down this way. Now I need 300 water, which is exactly what the regular pipe holds, which is 300. So let's go ahead and throw these in. Now I want to do this, I want to get it to the very edge. Together. What I like to do with my pipes, I like to paint them the same color as what the fluid is inside of them, so I know, so this pipe is carrying liquid. Which liquid is it? Water. I think water is the easiest to distinguish with the blue, so we'll keep that water painted. Same thing here. That. And we'll paint these with blue for the water as well. Now I know it's not the obvious blue that I could use, but I think that blue is sufficient enough for what I want to do. Alright, so we're getting 80 out per minute, so that's all gonna merge onto a 3 belt. I am putting these out an extra little distance away from them, just to kind of give it a little more depth. Didn't really have to, I could have squeezed it in closer, but I think that's fine like that. These will all merge together down below. And I can place one down, find where my merger needs to be. like that. And we're gonna line up our mergers. All of our conveyor holes. So, that one. And I don't need one on this one, but just to keep the unison with the belt line, I'm gonna do it like that. Even though no one's really gonna see it down here, you don't have to use one if you don't want to. And then I'm just gonna throw them all onto a line that carries 270. So, carrying 270 of the concrete out through there. Well, what is it? 240 really. 240 out of 270. So 30 extra little belt space on there. And then we are going to need a home for them. Which I'm going to do on this side because I want to leave this open for if we ever need to expand our concrete production. We will go ahead and just get this out. I'm gonna go ahead and put down multiple storage containers. I'm gonna at least need 3 of them for each. And then we'll have a smart splitter that'll dump excess then. So let me go grab some pipes real fast. Got our... well, I guess there's no pipes over here, actually. Shoot. Just to look at this factory real fast. We do have our crystal frameworks building up in the background. Well, I forgot that pipes aren't here. Kind of funny, because I usually build my pipes in that spot every now and then, but this playthrough I haven't. So, I keep getting confused that that's still there. Our pipes are all the way down by the power facility. Which at this rate it looks like I'm going to need to upgrade once again. But, like I said, I'm going to try to skip straight to petroleum power. Also, while I was off air, I went over to where we started our basic quartz production and got jumped by one of those stinger spiders, one of the big ones. I definitely screamed. So I'm glad that it wasn't caught on camera, but that scared me silly. Let's grab some. Just stack 2 of this. Now on a multiplayer world I'm playing in, me and some friends, we have a whole thing of coal nodes down here used for power. But we also are making the heavy modular frames down there as well, which is an interesting concept to explore. I think I'm going to make mine up here, kind of near where the concrete factory is, though, which might end up where some of our concrete goes. But I just thought it was a cool concept for a location to build versatile, or not versatile, heavy modular frames at. Especially since all of that will have to be taken along the roadway, eventually. To go and make the Phase 3 parts. I'm gonna need to figure out what to do about that power. So, 3 of these. I want to get it kind of close to the wall as I can, so I'll probably about there. 2 and 3. Air holes. Up as close as we can, and then Mark 2. So, Mark 2 entrances. This will all be concrete storage. Do splitters down here, basically. Take about there. Should be where I need that. This one will need to be a smart splitter, which I don't have a control thing for it. So, AI limiter for it. See if I can make one of those real fast. Can. Go ahead and add that in. Smart splitter. This will dump our excess then. So we're coming in this way, so this will be concrete. This will be overflow. I don't have anything coming out that way. Mark 2s. Put in there, and then the Mark 3s. Right through these. And lastly, I'm going to stretch this out a little bit more, so I can throw down a awesome sink. So we'll sink the rest of this. That excess is made. So let's do that. Get our awesome sink. Right there. Scooch it over. Probably about there ought to do it. I don't think that should cook out, so that should be fine. And we'll get our little floor hole. And connect this with a Mark 3. Let's just connect this. Alright, lastly, we need to hook up the power. So, like I said, super easy with these. Daisy chain those together. I don't know exactly what style I'm gonna build this factory in, so for now we're just gonna crude this power build. And then I'll alternate it later once I actually have walls and stuff for this factory. See, that's the nice thing about this is get things right off of those. Connect up to everything else. And now it's all connected. So, let's go think about the water real fast here. I have to decide if I am tearing down this or not. I need 2 seconds here. Here are my thoughts on this. If I want 3 water extractors here, and underclock them all to 100, I'm gonna have to build them kind of in the back here, since it sticks out like that. But I don't have any other water near me, and I don't have like a highway or anything that I can pump water pipes through. For the time being. Well, this is the only temporary setup, and they're all underclocked anyways to 65. So, I think we're just gonna cut this power, deal with the loss of 390 power, and move on with it. Cut the line. See what that does to our power grid over here. Max consumption, but we're only really consuming about 1,000. So we're down to 1,200. Capacity has a little more just because. It's gonna nip us pretty bad. So I'm just gonna delete all of this. Cool. Do all that. Grab these 2. Delete these belts as well. Alrighty. So I guess the nice thing about starting up here though is that we do have a height advantage, and I don't have to pump any water anywhere in particular. You just send it all downhill. Hold control and do the same thing. Turn my camera. Some advantages to using a keyboard and mouse with this. All that. Let me get my saws all out. Thought it changed to begin with, but it did not. So, I need 3 extractors. I need to get them lined up as we can. But I also want to get them lined up on a foundational grid too, so I don't want to just jam them anywhere. Let's try to get this kind of locked in. See that anyway. Ditch the chainsaw. Let's kind of see if we can snap these in somewhere along the grid. This is my center right here. So, 1, 2, fit 3 of them. I think I can blow this rock up. Can. Nice. Alright, so we can clean that up. This is fine, like this, I think. Seal that. And kind of surround these with concrete. Kind of be its own little water station. Delete these two. And we'll connect these up. Gonna get them as close to the edge as I can without setting the thing. So hopefully our pipes can. So I don't think we'll have an issue, but you know. Oh yeah, auto works fine. That one. Just a helpful tip too, if you want, can put this so I click it, select pipes. Now if you build with pipes, it'll be blue. Obviously I'm gonna need to paint the rest of these that I didn't switch that to, but it's a little tip if you're building with a lot of blue. So, I got water. And it needs to go out that way. Now, the easiest way to travel with this would just be straight. So that's what we'll do. Temporary path out this way. We'll carry this all the way over and then down into the well, about there, I think. Right in the gas, of course. Yeah, that looks about lined up with that. That should line up with that. Now we just gotta send it down. So I'm gonna just build a temporary wall right here. I'm gonna put a wall hole right down at the bottom. There. Let's go connect that a while. Oh, man, it's not gonna. That. Like that. It drops down a little, and then comes in there. I'm gonna pull it so this drops down from up here down into there. Pull this guy all the way up to about there. Need to get some concrete. Also need to remember to underclock these. What are you doing in my little pool, you bean? He's a mean bean. spaghetti mess down here. Grab our concrete. I don't know if I'm running short on anything else. Check. I'm gonna have enough of everything for design and stuff. Like I said, I might hold off on like actually designing the building, only since the thing is kind of just like a temporary structure unless I need to increase it. So I might design it, just not on air. Because we have more important things to get to, at least today. Let us go ahead and drag this guy over. There, 2. Kind of like belts, you gotta move it 2 sections back and then you can turn it. It should turn out straight. All these pipe joints are gonna get deleted. I'm gonna put a little bit of framework in. Down to 100. To 100, and we'll do another one to 100. That will be 300. Hi, Cam. No bees today. Just factory stuff. But there is a bean. And he's bouncy. This is a new release game, so kind of been trying to grind this out a little bit more as of late. Alright, so we got our water pipes going. Now I just want to do a frame job. So, frames wise for this, should not fall in the water. Since I can't use these small pipes, they won't snap pretty. I don't think, at least. Oh, no, they do. Kind of snap pretty. I mean, that's doable, I think. I'm really having fun with this game, though. And I played it early access, but really been enjoying kind of doing a new style of building with trying to do clean factories and stuff like that. Scoosh this in here. Well, I'm one step closer to having my own genetics mod for Minecraft. Oh, that's pretty cool. Did you see? I know Minecraft just had a new reveal too for their next like little snapshot update. Which, I don't know. I mean, it looks cool, I guess. With the Pale Forest stuff for the Bedrock version, or whatever, Java and Bedrock. I don't know. I mean, they added something that's kind of like Weeping Angels, too, so... Snap this in so that I can put these guys. Gotta get that guy, too. Yeah, they have animals. Well, kind of animals. I mean, the bean is an animal. They have some other strange ones, but I also have those spiders, too, that I hate. I don't like the spiders. Spiders are scary. Grab that guy. Oops. Down. Not really. I mean, they've had pretty much everything that was in the game originally, maybe with a few little exceptions here of some different ones that I don't recall seeing, but generally the same stuff. Add this in here. I might remove the, maybe we'll get flat pipes then, eventually, too. Do that for a little structural support. And just make that look semi-nice. Then, I think I'm going to connect all these up to a power pole, probably about there. 3. Then we're gonna snap this on here and run it across this instead of running power poles down that way. Okay. Oops, too far. This one somewhere. There. Make that look clean, and then we'll run this across the top. There, and that should do us for power. Just need to connect it up top here. Calm down, Bean. What's wrong? Don't run into the gas. It's dangerous. Oh, he just disappeared. Out of curiosity, how much power am I using with this setup? 225. Oh man, that's gonna push us really close to our max. Right now we are at what? At about 9 something, so turn this on. Turn that to a Mark II. That should be a Mark I. Oh, it is a Mark I. No, it's not. Why are you lying to me, game? Oh boy. So, make sure everything runs properly first. So we got our water pumps running. We just doing 100, so they should max these pipes out. Go down this line. A little ways to go, so it'll take just a little bit of time to get down here. I'm gonna turn these off for a second, just to kind of let them fill up with a little more water. I'd like it to backlog just a smidgen before this is ready to go, since it's using the exact amount of water that it's being able to be transferred. So we'll just let this back up here for a moment. Alright, should be good. Now we're letting the water flow back in. We keep these pipes nice and saturated. These should be filling up really fast now with concrete. Looks like they are. First bin's obviously going to fill up faster than the rest of them, but fine. And if anything backs up, it'll pour into here. Power-wise, into that 100, something like that. So, not ideal. Not ideal for power. But we can cross off this off our list. Concrete factory has been started. So these should stay pretty much filled up for now. Shouldn't have any real issues staying filled. And we'll leave the rest of the factory for later to design. Alright, so next on our list here, set up some basic rubber and plastic factories. So that should be pretty easy to do. The power constraints here were not looking okay. ahead and zip on down this way. We converse with our doggo friends. See what goodies they have for us. Hello, buds. Thank you for the food. Some plastic for me, I appreciate that. Control rods. Some more food. Some regular iron rods, some more plastic. And turbo motors, nice. I'll take more awesome shop points, why not? Toss these in there, and these in there. Turbo motor should give us a super big kick. Oh yeah, that's tickets. Take those off. I'll go spend them real fast on some goodies. And we're gonna throw this in there. There's plastic in here as well. Alright, what do we want to buy in the shop? Management. I'll buy some clean pipes. Might change those over to clean pipes then. I'd like to buy some signs. To start getting use out of those. Foundation swatch. Maybe some walls. These are what I want to buy. These corner walls. What did that put my card up to? 14. I have 2 tickets left. Can I buy for 2 tickets? Foundations. Customize swatches. Tarmac roofs. Tempting. Maybe not yet. I'll get the light control panel a while.
Where did you leave your lizard doggos? What's in this storage container? Where did you put the essential components needed to save humanity? Do you wish there was text to prevent you from constantly taking the wrong turn? Disguise your struggles to comprehend the complexity of your surroundings with signs.
Thanks, Shada. Appreciate that. And all my lizard doggos are in a cave. Oh, cage. Alright, so, plan for basic, plastic, and rubber. We'll use 3 of these chained refineries that I have made. We'll need a oil extractor. And we'll need an awesome sink. Pretty straightforward. Power is gonna be an issue soon. I really love how this factory looks. Makes my day. Signs. Go ahead and throw a sign over here. Is it upside down? Yes, it is. Do that. Hold up one moment. Apologies. Dog walked in my room. No, not that big. 3 meters? 3 meters, I think better. Why is it upside down? What do I want? That and that's concrete. And we'll say maintenance wrong. Ha. Butcher English words, why don't I? Maintenance. Put this as... Yeah. Oops. Keep that closed. Can I actually... do that. Maintenance. Cool. Works for me. You around here. Get ourselves some modems. I'm gonna go run down here. And we're gonna have to figure out where we can go find some oil. I am also going to need a bunch of power lines. Put away a ton of 50. I don't think I'll need that many, but we'll see. I think oil, we're just gonna go head over to the coastline where we were before and just drag it out from there. So, let us go ahead and grab our power lines. Take it over yonder. For that. Fly right past all of our flying items. Ooh, careful. Hell no, my toes like this. Come on. Here you are. I'm gonna get there before it builds it. Slap one right on top of this rock. And I want to cross. I might have to go in the water for a few of these. Maybe just temporary. Get this power over here. I like how I can still zipline on it when it's not built yet. Okay. Super far that way. That's the wrong way. Let's not sink these into the water. Probably wouldn't be the best idea, huh? Water and electricity don't really mix very well. Move on. This way some. Gonna beat this one here. Oh man, I just made it. Right, a little more. Yeah, these aren't super permanent, but just to kind of get us power over here to start out. Good enough for me, at least. Alright, so we got oil. What's up, bud? Ow. That was mean. Down, boy. Down, boy. Meter foundation. We'll get our 2-meter foundations out. Do a little cleanup in this area here. Handy dandy chainsaw. That should be more than enough for now. Set up a temporary platform here. Get our oil extractor. This one will do 120 per minute. Go ahead and grab ourselves our chain refineries. We're just gonna put 2 down for now, if I can. We got plastic, and we got rubber. What we'll need, hook these on up with some pipes. Nope, I'm still doing... Oh, I'm still doing water pipes, but I don't want to do water pipes no more, so I need to go back and switch those. Right click. Right click. Can I... Please remove. Right click. Pipes. There. Now is it off of that one? It is. Okay, so I'm gonna switch these to the black and red style, since that is moving oil. And we're making 30 byproduct of heavy oil residue off of these. So we're gonna need another refinery here to collect that oil residue. Probably line that one up with that one. And we're just gonna go burn this off through petroleum coke. We'll knock that down to make, what, 100? Nope, 90. And that'll burn off 30 heavy oil residue. So another nifty thing. Did I use the right one for this? I didn't. Make blueprints and don't use them for what I need. Perfectly fine. I'm gonna scoop this up actually. Give them a tiny bit more space. And we're gonna dump the rest of this petroleum coke into an awesome sink. Since I don't need it at the moment. And this is only a temporary setup anyways. We're making 90, need a Mark II belt. Boom. Boom. Again, the nice thing about having these special blueprints, I can connect multiple things to these at the same time. So one, bring that right back to you. Two. Put a power pole down here, that guy, and then we'll connect him there in a second. So, I made some awesome blueprints to help us out with these as well. Whenever we do have stacked ones in, we have these mergers that will be going out by 3, and then you could easily pipe in your belts and stuff like that. Now for this, I don't need it, but it'll be helpful when we have like rows of these in, and we'll need them. So for these, I'm only going to need Mark 1s. Need 2 storage bins. So I'm just going to set right next to here. And we're just gonna hook these up. Nothing perfect, like I said, temporary. That. And then connect these up like this. 2. And 4. And this will be heavy oil residue. So, that will need this color. So I'm going to change this swatch. I'm going to copy the select. This will be our purple color for our heavy oil residue. Alright, so this should be all ready to go. Now what I'm afraid is this is going to bust my power circuits. And I don't think I have any batteries to prevent it from busting it. The good thing is I only need 30, should be 60 oil. I'm gonna underclock this as well. Down to 60. Power consumption's 160. We are skimming it a little close. Let's go ahead and snap this in. Turn these on. That's a little scary, but we'll see how much we're doing here in a second. So, here's what I don't want it to do. I don't want it to kick on our biomass burners. If it kicks on our biomass burners, I need to shut this down. And then figure out what I can unplug from our circuits to save enough power to have this run in the background. But looking at it right now, it doesn't look like it is actually going to kick on our biomass burners. Which is terrific news. But man, is it close. Oh, well, that's a problem. This needs to drop down to 90. Oh boy, yeah, it's gonna kick on our biomass burners. Yes, it is. It has kicked on our biomass burners. So, we need to get back to base immediately and turn off some stuff. So I'm gonna let that run. We have some time before the power system fails, but we are in crisis mode right now. So let's get back immediately if I can. Oh, it's a long ride. It's not good. Not good at all. Their biomass burners don't have that much fuel in them. I mean, they're still full, but they'll only last a little while before they run out. And I don't have any backup batteries. Oh no, I do have backup batteries, but they won't last either super long. So it's best to go tackle this right now and deal with it before it becomes an issue. Look at that, a little Tyrion node. Oh, look at that. We need to start looking into getting some of our alien stuff. Alright, first thing that's getting shut off is our plates and rods factory. That is the least important one right now. So we're gonna go turn that off right now. Okay. That has saved us some power. At least we have, it looks like, about 90, 100 to mess with, give or take. Or like 80, 90, 80 to mess with. This was using, what's your capacity? 86. Yeah, so about 80 power to mess with at this point in time. But at least now we're building up plastic and rubber, which we'll definitely need. Hello, doggos. We'll converse with you in a second. I'm sure you have some goodies for me. Goodies for me. My buddy lizard doggos. Delete that. This stuff can all get converted. Great. That goes in there. Let's go see what they got for us. All the biomass burners stopped running, so yeah, we're good. We're good right now. I also could kick off that, concrete, by the way, too. Since now we have a factory making it. A lot faster. Ooh, hello. New modular frames. I'll take a yellow power slug. Who needs to make synthetic power slugs, or synthetic power shards when you have lizard doggos that'll just get you slugs for you? And fuel. I mean, what else do I need? I think I got them all. Good job, guys. More scraps for the heap. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Give me tickets. I like tickets. Throw that in there. Okay, so we can X off. Our basic rubber and plastic setup is now built. We can start dumping things into here a while. Go get our stuff. This can get rid of. And I don't need the limestone. Jump in the truck. Head on up here, we'll get some encased beans. And then we'll go focus on our little biofuel setup that we'll need to make. Just need to make sure that I don't get in this truck's path. I'm gonna park it right on this node here. Well, let's get 200 encased beans. Let's bring those along. Go this way. Oh god. The unsuspecting hog. Boom. Get rammed. Part. Go stop here. Go ahead and toss these extra power shards. There. Throw the miner in there too, why not? And then dump the rest of this in. That. And we need a little bit more motors. I'll go grab 2 of them. Stairs. And motors. So now we're just waiting on 200 plastic and 200 rubber to make. It shouldn't take super long, so that'll give us petroleum power. And then we can start planning out our factory for fuel power, which we desperately need. right into here. Go dump that. And we need, for our little plant, we're gonna use our biomass for. I'm gonna go put it over by the shoreline. That means taking apart our backup gear. So, two options. So put it up here, just close to the base, which I'll be at more frequent. And the only thing I'll have to run to get is plastic. But if I build it over there, then I'm gonna have to run and get biomass from up here. So I think just kind of putting it on the back of this pond over here is probably the best option. For now, and we can move it later. I think I like that option. I don't like when the things stick in the foundations. Hate it. I don't want to cover up that water. I really don't need too much space. Need enough for a water extractor. Which will then go into one of our chained refineries, which I don't have enough copper sheets for right now. This vertically? Should vertically, yeah. It's fine. I was like painting my biomass, or not my biomass, my water pumps blue as well. Because it's floater. Why these are all backed up? Making more than you need, maybe. They shouldn't be, though. Something might have got backed up though, up top maybe. I mean, everything looks like it's running though. Well, those are backed up, I know that for a fact. Because we have too many rotors. What did I come here for? This. Some sheets. Now our rotors are once again backed up. This means we can empty some of these into an awesome sink. I should hook up some overflows for these. I just haven't yet. Let's make this a Mark IV belt while I'm at it. The faster we get rid of things, the better. That'll give us a little more time. Let's grab that too, because we don't need those. Keep 100 on me. Oh, great. So, and as I was saying prior, we have our water pump. We got our chained refinery. Twist it this way. Ooh, this is gonna have to go out more. Because I need to get a belt in there. I have to go on the belt. This will have to come out like that. And then over. So, got our water extractor going into our refinery. Making liquid biomass. So, this is just going to be a storage bin. For biomass. Taking 90 per minute, so it's Mark II belt. 45 water. We can just knock this down to 45. Save us on some power consumption. Next thing, actually, would be interesting to do. I would like to drop that down, if I could. So here's the thing, packages are weird because they really have dumb building properties. And when I talk about dumb building properties, I mean that they have their fluid thing that has to go up a hill, which is stupid. And this can go up maybe a foundation or two. Two foundations. Again, I don't have plastic and rubber on me right now, so I don't have to wait. As you can see though, let's just lock it into place there. I kinda want that to go in like that, so that I can just get this stuff out easier, and I don't have to pump it then from here, because it'll just pour in. But let's go grab plastic and rubber. I should have a little bit of it in storage from just finding it around the map. Let me go get that real fast. Oops. Back here. Plastic and rubber. Again, this is more just like a little makeshift setup. Packager. Make sure he is on the platform like that. We're going to be making packaged biofuel. And really, we can underclock this to 40 as well to match that. 40. I only need 30 water and 60, so actually I can downgrade this to like 1 belt. This can get knocked down to 30 water. I guess the last thing, I would like to just put a fluid buffer in just to hold any excess that we make. But I don't want that to mess up our chain either. Organization, fluid buffer. And pipes. Snap, nice. Jump up on here. This will do right into. And we'll color it nice green. Take this swatch and copy. Nice puke green color. Attach these all to here. 1 and 2. Just send that over there. And you may be asking, how do you plan on getting containers in here? And I just plan on handcrafting them. And lastly, we need some place for the fuel to go. Just going to make a container. And pump it in there. And this will be our little setup, so let's go ahead and make biomass. We'll make the solid biofuel. And then we'll turn it into our good old other stuff. Of course, it takes like 10 minutes to hammer. So let me hammer real fast. Alright, and I've kind of lost interest. I'm gonna hammer 2 more just so I have an inventory slot for containers for the rest of the crafter, because I don't feel like doing it. So, biomass, or solid biomass. There. We need a few containers. Okay, so let's stack the 200 if I recall correctly. race back to 100. Never mind. Alright, that's fine. I'll send there. Make a little storage box here too while I'm at it. For our empty containers. Go grab the rest of our stuff. Let me turn this on here in a second. Let us grab our... We'll throw this in here and then we'll grab our biomass. Probably don't even need that much. Let that build up. Alright, fuel. Just about ready. Just want to see real fast how much we're using on power. Yeah, so about like 80 some that we can fluctuate with for now. And this is using what? 60. Perfect. Slap you to that floating building for some reason. Didn't even know that was floating. Time for you to make stuff. Go ahead and shove. Oh, did I grab any biomass? I thought I did grab some. Oh, yeah, there it is. Shove some of that in there. It'll pour into that machine. This is taking its good old time to fill. That is not too high. It'll crank this up just a smidgen. Put it to 60. A little more water. Whoosh. There we go. A bit more push to get it up to place. I want to make sure that that didn't affect our power, which I know it did, but... Okay. No, it's fine. It's fine. Biomass coming out at plates like that. Now we are making containers. That is a gross color. I'm gonna make about 200 of those. Real fast while we're waiting here. There they go. Nice and green and handy into their little storage container. This is our little biomass setup. So let's go ahead and mark that off of our to-do list. Wait for that to finish filling for a little while. Need to fill up my containers in once we get low. That's why I put a little fluid buffer on there. Just so if this backs up, we'll at least keep what we're making and then it'll stop running once it's completely filled. let's go check on our concrete factory. Sure, everything is going A-okay over there. Should have a lot of concrete by this point. I also wanted to see how these pipes look with the going through it. See, I don't like that, so let's get our clean pipes. Is that empty? What was in them though? No, it does not. Just make these blue to begin with. Yeah, I think the clean pipes look a lot better on them. Just make all these clean. Tap it. There you go. That. Alright, the water's pouring down. Everything is still running handy dandy. Oh yeah, we're getting a lot of concrete. I think that's more than we have back at the base. And this isn't running yet, so. Plenty of concrete going on right here. So awesome. So next on our list is to finish tier 5. Which can be pretty easy. We just gotta go take a journey over to the oil plant area, a little temporary plastic rubber setup. Miss our jumps while I'm at it. I gotta switch this out real fast. I know it's full already. Wait, can I switch it out already? No. Just in my inventory. That biofuel to switch this to preferred fuel type. This stuff lasts forever, pretty much. Doesn't have super lift, but it will last a while. Right, Mr. Bean? So, super helpful. Nice little compact area. Alright, so let's go. Rubber and plastic. Whilst I remember. I didn't even know that was sticking up like this. That's ugly. I bet fix that at some point. But yeah, now we're pretty much, once we finish tier 5, we're moving into the mid-stage of the game, where things are going to start taking a while to build. Guys trying to... Gosh, let the fireball go. It doesn't stop, I guess, till it finds a target. Oh god. You gotta watch sometimes if you take too sharp of a turn, you're coming off the power line. Slip and slide down here. All the way to our production area. Hopefully nothing went wrong. Trees are popping in and out of things. Weird. But just out of render distance, I guess. Playing for 2 hours. Petroleum coke getting destroyed, our byproduct. Clean that up. Things are running nice and smooth. Everything's going A-okay. So, let us grab our plastic and our rubber. And grab a little bit of excess. Bring back to 400, seems plenty. I'll let this run for a little bit longer. And also now go hard drive hunting with our jetpack and biofuel. It's gonna be easier for us to get around. A lot safer too, since this biofuel stays up in the sky for a lot longer. But I let go there for a second and wait. But nope, we're good. Everything is A-okay. Drop down and get that Mercer speed. One that or two. Stop on here real fast and grab him.
We hum a simple melody into the effigy, yet we hear no harmony. It covers the temple in bones and organs and limbs, yet ignores our bleeding wounds. Scripture is needed. Consume.
A familiar pattern is emerging in your brain. Please assess yourself for signs of concussion. If necessary, a replacement pioneer will be dispatched. Work must continue. Replacement delivery schedule estimate. Error, years.
Oh my goodness. I don't want to be replaced. Don't replace me, please. Alright, let's finish Tier 5. This will get us another fuel power.
Milestone reached. It is my honor and privilege to inform you that the fuel-powered generator, as well as the industrial fluid buffer, are now available. Due to a lack of gold in your sector, Caterium will serve as a suitable replacement to construct the fuel-powered generator. Your research into this element was valuable. In fact, you in particular are my most valuable pioneer,
Aw.
but don't tell the others I said that, it would be bad for morale.
Thanks, Ada. So nice, Ada. Alright. So, next up is Tier 6. And we'll probably be in here for a little while. Because we got trains, we got manufacturers, and we got a whole bunch of new parts to manufacture. So the manufacturer will be able to do computers and heavy modular frames, and those are big factories that require a lot of parts. And once we do that, we're going to want to start getting together with modifying, or moderating, yeah. Having English issues. We need to automate, not moderate, our modular engines and adaptive control units as well. But to do any of that, we're going to need power. And power requires our handy dandy fuel setup. And this fuel setup requires handy dandy deuterium wire, which we don't have a factory for. So, that is complex. What I would like to do though here is toss a little blueprint in a little factory right here. Knock that down, right dab right there. And our little power supply thing is at down here, which is right back here. And we're gonna do a little chain power. So how I did those chain power things, I just grabbed a conveyor pull. Not a conveyor pull, a painted beam. And kind of scooched it on back right there. And just to see about want to go ahead and slap our little power unit on there. Delete the beam. And then connect it with a wire there. So now these can all be chained together. Have it. So I'm gonna go ahead and save this blueprint as a... what is that? What do they call that? What is this thing called? Cancel. What do they call this? Fuel power generator. So we'll call this a fuel gen chained. Powered fuel gen. Get our little fuel gen icon, which will be down here. Somewhere, unless I passed it. I feel like I definitely passed it. Yeah. There it is. Blind chat. Load our blue color we've been using for blueprints. I'll just save that in my little undefined category for now, since I don't really have anywhere to go with you. And we will clear this. So, clear. Hit on goodies. That's good. So, we have completed Tier 5. We will mark that off of our list of things to do. Alright. So now begins the fuel power planning stage. That being said, we are lacking the actual equipment needed to do that. So like I said, we need quick wire, and we do not have quick wire automated. We are also skimming our power pretty close to the brim, which is not ideal. Not ideal at all. I'm gonna go shred some more of these while I'm at it. doggos have for us. What do you got, my doggo friends? Some screws. Case beams, some beams. 9 computers, thank you. Deuterium wire. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All good resources. Much appreciated, little buddies. Alright, computers. So our drop pod is back. That is our next milestone. I'm inclined to make a basic fuel setup to sustain us for a while. Until we get a massive one going. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Just enough fire on me to finish that. Another one down here. Oh. We're not back for 2 minutes. What am I doing? I'm not reading, obviously. So yeah, we might do a basic fuel setup, just to kinda save us some time, and then we don't have to mess with power, and then we can set up something else along the way. Head over... yeah. We'll go head over to the oil fields. What am I gonna need? So, slap one of these down real fast and take a look at it. Fuel burning rate, 20 per minute. This, 20 per minute. With this, we make out of refineries. It uses 40. So, looking like we're gonna get not great return on rate. How'd I burn 12 though? So, I'm a little confused with the times. I don't know, I'll look at that then. Go head over yonder. Go grab one of those. Take 2 chained refineries. For the time being. We need another awesome sink. And I think that's fine for now. Yeah, we have enough resources for all that. Our pod will be returning in 2 seconds, so it's already back. And there it is, freighter re-entry. Going down this way. I like to have one of the oil nodes that are kind of out of the way too, so I don't get in the way if I decide to build anything else over here on the Fire Coast. And I think my plastic and rubber setup I want to do actually on the other coastline, on the other side where we have the crater, the mushroom crater. not gonna use that one. I'm gonna use one back here. See what I'm working with over here? Great. Can I sneak up on this thing? I'm gonna throw like 5 of these on it. Get ready for explosion. Yeah, that was definitely worth it. Get out of here. Where's the pure? Let's go ahead and kind of just tap this a while. So a oil extractor, turn it this way. $240. Actually make more than what I was thinking originally. Go ahead and just kind of set that out. Still, I'm gonna switch to core foundation. Let's get our... do this instead. And push it back. Right there? Oh man, I wanted to fix that too. Okay, so I'll just use 3 of these instead. I need to fix that. Oops. Keep forgetting that thing's messed up. Yeah, about there. Oh, maybe 4 actually. I don't have enough for any of the other things. $30, $60, $90, $20, so $240, because these are 60 each, so $40, $80, and $20, $60. 80, 120, 160. Yeah. So we got 160 there. Oil coming out this side. Let me switch this to pipes real fast. Still our maximum for this. So I'll take the 240 and pump it through these guys. It'll give me 120 polymer and then 160 fuel coming out of these. Oops. Super simple setup here. We'll just slide this one down this way. About maybe 3. Just kind of want to get a basic fuel setup going. Resources. No, who needs resources? The gas is gonna stick out a little bit there. Oh well, we'll be covered anyway. These out. And then we'll attach a awesome shank. We'll sink this all. Since I'm not using this to make the plastic. Again, super helpful. Blueprint. We need mergers. They're stacked 3 high, so they'll attach to these things. 1, 2, 3 out from here. Attach them. 2, 3 out. Attach that. Lined up pretty good. Looks right. Attach these all with Mark IIs. Oh, actually, those can be Mark Is. This middle belt gotta be Mark II, though. They gotta go down over into the sky. And we'll just snap a belt right onto him. Okay. Super simple. Go back to our color swatches. Make this back to pipes. These up. Now that those are lifted too, we can run these right underneath. Snap these together. How many can I make of these is the question. None right now. How much wire does it use? 50. So I can make 5. 5, not 30. We can do more than that too, I just need more Caterium. grab some more Caterium, then we can do more. I am just short on that end. Go head back to base and go see what we can do over there. My real goal is I want to attempt doing a turbo fuel factory. But I've never done one of those before, so. That would be my goal at some point, is to attempt one of those. I'm surprised I haven't done it before either, because it's been in the game for a while, I just never really saw the need in doing it. Oh no. It's scary when you're over the void and you just start careening. A ramp on one side and a ramp on the other. Pretty sure I did. Oh no, I didn't. Yeah. Let's grab us some more motors from our beautiful motor factory. So shiny. Through the door. Jumping over the unsafe machinery. See where we're at. Oh yeah, we got a lot of motors. More than I could really need. Drop that one back in there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get more Caterium wire. I mean, this will definitely jumpstart us, for sure. Each of these makes 200 power each. Nice thing is that doesn't always have to be running too, so that's good. So we can put 5 fuel gens chained down there, and that'll give us a jump start in power. That's 250 megawatts. And that 250. Goodness. That's 250 times 5. 1,750? No. Maybe, no. It's 1,250 or something like that. Which is a lot more power than we had before. They'll take what we can get. Simple, cheap power. Blueprints, our chain generator. Lock that in place there for a second. Scoot it up. 4, and 5. I am going to take these out for a second, just so I can line some connections up between these. Snap on those. Are you for real? You're not gonna connect? Pipe is too short? Okay. Here's what we'll do to fix that then. And we'll do the same thing here as well. Now what I like to do is I like to turn mine off first before I start them up. I know that might be not ideal when you're building like 50 of them, but I like for the fuel to stay consistent. And let's go ahead and chain all of these up. Yeah, and then I part about these. Snap them, and continue the thrust. Put one down out here. Snap to you. Can snap to... so much easier that it just runs along the backside. Everything should be connected and ready to go. Power to run this is going to be 190. This off for a minute. What was this? This was 126, so turn that off for a minute. Power will drop back down to 900 some, 20 of extra. Wait for us to kick this on. I don't want to do again. These guys kick on slowly but surely. Pretty darn close. Like I said, we're gonna have a lot more fuel in our system than we're actually burning right now. 20 per minute. So 2, 4, 6, 8. I could make 8 of these. Oh, I didn't connect that one. I missed one. Whoops. Sorry about that, didn't even make you leave. Feel left out. I'm getting tired because... Okay. Why are you red? You shouldn't be red. Yeah, you're yellow now. these fill up a little bit. Is our power crying yet? No, we're like just skimming by and making enough. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can make 3 more on this line. We have enough still. Need 150 quick wire and encased beams. See where we're at. 10. I think we're probably safe to kick it all on. Net guy on. Turn this one on. Oh, your power's going up now. Here we go. That's what I call a lot of power invested. A decent amount of power. That'll eventually back up. Hey, buddy. What did I do to you? I'm gonna hook this thing back up, and we can go hook our other thing back up, because we have plenty of power now to use. We go... Gonna have to get some Caterium. Basic power plant achieved right there. Pretty good. Pay to poor animals on though. Yeah, that's fair. Can't believe I didn't read that earlier. Getting notifications. But I mean, that'll get us the temporary amount of power that we need. Thinking ahead with power, I definitely don't want to do just a fuel power plant. Like I said, I want to do turbo fuel, but that's going to take a lot of planning. And I want to build it over on the other side, because there's a lot of sulfur and coal roads over there that we can use for compact coal, which is what we need for the turbo fuel. So, I'm gonna do it over there if we can. But we also have some other basic factories that we still need to build. Like we are gonna start getting into trouble if we don't. So, like, Ethereum factory is gonna be needed. I'm gonna need a proper copper factory as well. I need to automate the other little bits of space elevator parts, like our automated wire and stuff like that we were looking at the other day. What did I come over here for? Beams and quick wire. I have to go craft. I wonder if maybe our buddies have some for us. Hello, lizard buddies. Have any quick wire? And turbo motors, though. Get some stators, too. Power slug. And some power fuel. Thanks, guys. Heavy modular frames. Just gonna delete that. Good job. You guys know how to get me tickets. Backed up yet? No. Those. Oh yeah, that's a lot of tickets. Hate to be exact. Slug in there. Sound grenades in there. What else did I need? Oh, Caterium. Do I have any Caterium? It might have some on me. Over here. Negative. About in here. That'd be a big old no. No Caterium for me. Alright. Let's go and get it from the source. I could hold off on Caterium just because we could get a Caterium factory going with our computers. It's something that will need done eventually. Hello, silly hoggies. Just whatever I want to decide to do here. Oh, we can open this too. Bonk. Gotta handcraft this real fast. Oh my goodness. A lot of progress done today. Actually finished our checklist ahead of time. And we're well into planning fuel. We just need to get some hard drives. Once we get this all squared away... Oh yeah, that's funny. So once we get this all squared away, then I want to start kind of planning out what we're going to do next time. So I guess I'm going to have to go exploring. I might do that off. Do it off air, and then we gotta do a Caterium factory and a copper factory. We should do on air. So now that we have some power, we can mess with that stuff. The three closest Caterium nodes are that one that we just blew up. There's the one that's on our zipline way. The power poles that go over there, and then there's one between the Fire Coast and that one that we could also use. I generally like to make my computer factory up there by the waterfalls. That's just the spot that I really like for it, and I think it looks really nice. Just however I want to do that this time. Just scrap that. Yeah, let's go put these last two, or last three in. 5, 7, 8. Oh, we need encased beams. Can't forget those. I'll look silly going over there and not having what I need. We're getting very close to our versatile frames being done to go into the space elevator. Another row and a half. It's not bad at all. I see our beams are getting full too. Gonna have to put an awesome sink over here. Start sinking some of that. Be nice too if we got the alternate for... Is that doing the alternate? I don't remember. I think that's doing the alternate beams. but in case beans alternate would be nice. Maybe on the side. Not going to the coal plant. Gotta go over here. Probably boost half of this way. There is something. Maybe there's a sulfur node somewhere. I know there's a sulfur node somewhere around here that they added. Just don't know where. Some iron. That Caterium node is somewhere over here, I think. No, I think it's over there. I don't know, somewhere in here. Maybe like boosted over half of that stuff. Right, so. Put up there for seconds. Okay, that's fine. One there. Put this one down here by its lonesome. Oops. See where we at. Touching. There. Still don't know why this is doing this with the concrete. I updated my graphics driver the other day. Oh, what am I doing? Easy, right? We need the blueprint. Silly me. How am I supposed to chain it together without it? Expect me to do power normal? No, can't do that. Pardon me, sir. I'm a little busy right now. Did not get stuck in my factory. Get stuck in my factory. That's fine. Good stuff. Doesn't affect me any way, shape, or form. Ow. Weird. Burning fuel for no reason. It's not looking a little weird. There we go. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160. That should be what this is making. 40, 80, 120, 160. So that should be even Steven. Now we're making a whopping 3,200 megawatts. So we have about 2,000 megawatts to kind of mess with, which is nice. Oh, you need to get out of there? No, that one's just stuck underneath the pipe for some reason. It's fine, this is his new home, so he can live there forever. I don't care. Alright, let's look at our alternate recipes real fast. I wish there was a category just for alternate recipes. Iron wire. Caterium, we only have the base caterium wire recipe. And same thing for the ingots. Just a smelter. So it'd be nice if we got the pure ingot recipe. That would be a big help for caterium production. So let us add our episode 8 to-do list. Start here with Caterium factory. Actually, we'll put copper first. Copper will be easier to do. Copper factory, then we'll put Caterium next. Caterium factory. I want to start planning mass plastic and rubber. Plan mass plastic and rubber, and then we will work on our rubber turbo fuel. That is a very big to-do list right there. So that is going to take multiple. This one at least is going to take a little while to do. Off air, we'll go decorate the concrete factory. Bit as well. And I think that's it on the to-do list. Copper factory, Caterium factory that we need. We can start planning our mass plastic and rubber factory, and then prep for the turbo fuel factory. So I think that's a good list for the next episode. I think I'll throw in, since it's only going to take me like 10 minutes, most likely, I'm just going to throw in the automated wire in the motor factory. I'm just gonna add that small one in just because that's only gonna take me like 10 minutes just to throw in there real fast. And honestly, you might as well just go do it now while I'm over here. There's one of this. So, 'cause I have like another 10-15 minutes I can use. So why do something off air when you can do it now? Am I right? Am I right? Wait, let's go add plastic real fast. We'll go slap that into the machine. So, I mean, it will take us like 3 minutes to get back over there, but it's fine. I think guess up there maybe is where the Decarium is? Or is that over there? I'm not sure. It's one of those two spots, I'm pretty sure. That's the thing with this, it doesn't have a very good lift, but you stay a while in here. You don't really need lift if you can just float. Sometimes this is just much faster than using the zip lines. Stand here. Just go on over. Go ahead and use it here. Probably gonna clean up the rest of this too, since I don't need it anymore. What was that? 2, 4, 6, 8. One more. Here. I'm gonna unlock the manufacturer before I can go drive hunting. Add this in. Over frames are over here. Grab motors. This was making quick wires, or not quick wire, automated wire, so I'm gonna tear that apart real fast. The frames. 2, 3, 4. Like that. I don't know how many that car's transferring per minute. Probably not that many. It's a pretty short distance. I've noticed playing multiplayer on servers that trucks are kind of broken right now. So I haven't really messed with that, but this one on the single player server hasn't been causing any issues, so haven't complained there. 2, 3, 4. We just need 200 motors, which we definitely have. I am going to steal this. Probably don't have to, but oops. We're not going to be able to make a lot per minute either, because we only have an excess of 40 wire going there, so I'm going to have to cut it down just a smidgen, because we're going to need a constructor and that, so but that's fine. Slide on over in here. This should be getting full, but not yet. So what I want to do is slide under here. Get into here. And we're gonna pull this out as stators as well. We're gonna split our stator stack in half. when it overflows. And then we'll send it over that way. Through this wall here. That being said, this can be a teensy bit messy when it comes to the underbelts. God, it's gonna run right on that line. I hate that. If I part splitter, I do overflow on the other side. Overflow, but not on this side. Delete that. Pull this guy out this way. And we'll send him through this one. And we'll get rid of that merger. Get that belt. We'll send him to here. Merger. What is that? Mark 2 belt. Mark 3 belt. This is a Mark 1. Oh man, that snaps through the side of a building like that. That's not gonna work. So, switch it back. Overflow. None. Better. Better like that, and then, yes, it's gonna have to overlap, but nothing we can really do about that at this point. Ooh, or do it like this. Flip-flop them. Overflow. Stator. Merger. Right here. Aha, now we're getting big-brained. Mark 1 and Mark 1. So this kind of... And this one... just cross over here. Oh, man. I just goofed. Maybe I'll just bring this one back just a bit. And back to there. Snap those back together. And we'll send that right through there. And it works for me, and then I only got one line that's overlapping. I like that a lot better than what it was. So that's going that way. This wire is actually going to come out this way too. Little windows. We are in the underbelly of the beast. So, where does that put us here? 1, I'm making 40 wire. So I want this excess cable, or excess wire to make cable, instead of collecting up here. So, what we'll do is maybe we'll cut a pit right here. down with regular walls. Oop, now I gotta go out more like this. Because I don't want that to be exposed. And open. Alright, this might have been more than 5 minutes. But that's okay. Not that I really needed this much space, but can do something like this. This here. Ooh, back it up a little bit more. This one. About equal distance from that one. That's fine. That. Oh no, don't do that actually. I lie. I only need cable. And I need this to make 20 per minute instead, because I'm using 40. Cable per minute. And I'll have it go into a container here. And then it's gonna go out of this container. Through there. And then I'm just gonna seal this pedal. This was all excess that I didn't need. I was planning fast, but then realized I was extra planning. Wait. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. I'll change this to a little conveyor hole. Will be Mark 1 going into here, Mark 1 going into there, Mark 1 going out that way. And that will be going into a one of these things, assemblers. Is gonna go probably right there. I could really just make more iron wire, because with this recipe, I'm gonna have to underclock this severely to probably like 1 per minute. So, I mean, at least it's better than nothing. 1 per minute is definitely better than nothing. Air holes. These will all both be Mark 1s. Go jump underneath the ground. This hole. Give me my belts. my wire. Where's my wire? Here's my wire. There. Really, that's gonna end up flip-flopping, so the one's gonna be overflow and the other is going to be not overflow. Mark 1. No, don't do that, please. Alright, that'll work. It's 2. And it is outputting a little flare hole. Putting 1 per minute. Oh, I put it way too far away. Let me hook this wire up. I'll get hooked up there. Just gonna run all the way that wall and then bounce over to that wall. I just need to put this in a container, which will be, I guess, I don't know, here maybe? Doesn't have to be anything special. And we'll just connect it down below. Oh, I forgot that that comes out like that. That's fine. Just do like this. I think that lines up pretty straight if I recall. Oh yeah, that's straight. And we'll just put that go in there. I'll just put a little melt hole. Okay. Cover that up. This thing. I am just going to take some that up. Lastly, take all this, switch this to wire, switch this to overflow. That is all going to travel not the way I wanted it to travel. Shoot. No, this is overflow. This is wire. fitting my wire the wrong way. Probably gonna be a little bit delayed. That's fine. We'll just grab a little extra. And a little jump start. It's gonna take a while since our motors are still producing. But once our motors are full, stators will back up and start splitting those off. Because we're making 10 per minute down there, and we're only using 1 over here per minute, so this will be plenty. Alright, everything's getting delivered properly. That's all coming in. Looks good to me. Let me just add a little rail around this pit. Safety first. We'll add a little bit of paint splotch to this. Little factory zoning. Little factory zoning. Yeah, that'll be all handy dandy. Alright, lastly, let's just throw these motors in that I need. 200. And then we can call it. So, automated wire in the motor factory. Do the thing. Complete. There. So a little bonus for today. That's super bright out here. Oh my goodness. And we'll start tier 6 right now.
Milestone reached. Manufacturers can receive up to 4 inputs for the production of complex parts, such as computers and heavy modular frames, but most importantly the 2 new project parts. The modular engine and adaptive control unit are essential for the development of Phase 3 of Project Assembly. You are making good progress. The future is starting to look bright.
Thanks, Ada. Alrighty, guys. That is where we are going to leave it off for today. A clear plan for next time. As per usual, past streams of this can be found on YouTube at W1212. Behind the scenes when I go live, notifications on Twitter, or X nowadays, at W1212TV, and in our Discord, the Divination Station. Of course, thank you all for your support, stopping in chats, all that stuff. Do feel free to drop a like or comment if you're on YouTube's side, just to help out the algorithm recommend my content for others. And we got a nice slate of ideas and stuff like that to do for next time, so feel free to stop in and stay up to date on my schedule when we go live. I haven't updated it yet, but we will update that as soon as possible. So other than that, catch you guys all in the next one.